Rohit was an ordinary man who spent most of his nights lost in his phone, scrolling through social media until late hours. One night, around 1:30 a.m., his phone buzzed with a strange notification. When he checked it, he found an unusual message on a forum app he hadn't opened in months. The message read, "You're being watched. If you don't respond, I'll visit you soon." There was no username attached, just a grey mask emoji. Rohit chuckled, thinking it was a random spam message. He ignored it and went back to browsing memes. But as he refreshed his screen, the same message popped up again, this time with his name in it. "Rohit, you're being watched. Respond, or I'll visit soon." Now, Rohit was a little unnerved. He tried to dismiss it as a joke or a prank by a hacker, but when he attempted to check the profile of the sender, the app suddenly crashed. He reopened it, but the message was gone, leaving Rohit with an uncomfortable feeling in the pit of his stomach. Rohit lived alone in a quiet apartment. The eerie message from earlier lingered in his mind, and for the first time in a long while, he felt genuinely unsettled. When he told his friends about the message the next day, they all laughed and brushed it off as a prank. Even though he tried to ignore it, the unease didn't leave him. That night, Rohit decided to stay away from his phone. He didn't want to risk seeing anything strange again. But around 2 a.m., his phone buzzed. Against his better judgment, he picked it up. This time, the notification wasn't just text, it was an image. A distorted face appeared on his screen, a man with hollow eyes and a twisted, unnatural smile. The message below it read, "I told you I'd come. Watch for me." Rohit's heart raced. He dropped his phone and backed away. He tried to calm himself down, but an eerie sensation of being watched crept over him. Despite checking the windows and the door, there was no one around, but the feeling wouldn't go away. From that day onward, strange things started happening around Rohit's apartment. At times, his phone would light up on its own, showing the same distorted face for just a split second before disappearing. The lights in his room would flicker, and he swore he could hear soft footsteps at night when he was supposed to be alone. One evening, while scrolling through his phone, his screen flashed again, showing that same face. The text beneath it read, "You can't ignore me forever. I'm closer now." A cold sweat broke out on Rohit's forehead. He shut off his phone, feeling a creeping dread all around him. Suddenly, the lights in his room flickered again, and the temperature seemed to drop. The unsettling feeling of being watched was stronger than ever. But no matter how much he searched, there was no one there. Rohit couldn't take it anymore. Desperate for help, he reached out to his friend Ankit, who was into paranormal research and strange occurrences. Ankit listened seriously as Rohit told him everything that had happened over the past few days. "This sounds like more than just a prank," Ankit said, flipping through an old book of supernatural stories. "I've read about similar cases where people receive mysterious messages or calls. Some believe these are spirits or entities trapped in digital spaces, trying to make contact with the living." He showed Rohit an old article about a man who had vanished after receiving a series of threatening messages from an unknown source. The man had disappeared without a trace, leaving behind only his phone with one final message: "I'm here." Ankit advised Rohit to stop using his phone and stay off the internet for a while, but curiosity got the better of him. One night, unable to resist, Rohit reopened the forum app. It took a few moments, but a new message appeared. "You didn't listen. I told you I was coming." Rohit's hands shook as he typed a reply. "Who are you?" The response came instantly. "I'm already inside." His phone screen flickered and went dark, but then a soft knocking sound echoed from his front door. Heart pounding, Rohit slowly approached the door. But as he reached for the handle, his phone buzzed one last time. He glanced at it. The message was simple: "Open the door." Rohit hesitated, fear gripping him. The knocking continued, louder now. Gathering all his courage, he opened the door slowly, only to find the hallway empty. But when he turned back, his phone screen flashed with a single word: behind. Rohit turned around, his heart stopping as he came face to face with the same distorted figure from the messages. The man's hollow eyes and twisted smile were more terrifying in person. The air around him felt colder than ice as the figure stepped closer, whispering, "I told you I'd come." Rohit's scream echoed through the empty hallway.